The morning after the great wedding of shame, the people of Adagok village woke to the sound of rain falling gently on their rooftops. But this was not the same rain that drove Aid out of his home years ago. No, this was a rain of peace, a rain of renewal, a rain that carried stories of change from one hut to another. In his fine mansion at the edge of the village, Aid stood by the window, looking at the drops sliding down the glass. He smiled softly. "This same rain that washed me out of my home," he murmured, "is now washing my heart clean of bitterness." Beside him stood Love, his wife, holding their baby boy, Iamide, who giggled as he tried to catch the raindrops through the window pane. Love touched Aid's shoulder and said, "The rain does not only wash the ground, my husband. It also washes pain from the heart." Aid turned and looked at her, the woman who came into his life when he had nothing but hope. He remembered the days he hawked sachet water under the sun, washed cars for little pay, and sold roasted corn by the roadside. He remembered how she believed in him when no one did. Now, with 5 thriving companies under his care, many people looked up to him. Yet Aid never forgot the lessons life taught him in the storm. He told his workers every morning, "Do your work with respect. A proud heart falls before the evening comes." That week, Aid launched a foundation to support poor men who were struggling to feed their families. He called it the Rain of Mercy. He built houses for widows, paid school fees for orphans, and gave small loans to market women. The people began to say, when Shalom sent Aid into the rain, she thought she was throwing him away, but she was only planting him in the soil of greatness. Meanwhile, Shalom, living in a small rented room in the outskirts of the town, heard of Aid's good works. Her heart melted. She could not sleep that night. She went out under the moonlight and whispered, "O Aid, the man I once despised, you have become a blessing to all. Forgive me, even if you cannot see me again." The next day, she went to Aid's foundation office quietly, wearing a simple wrapper and scarf. The guards didn't recognize her, but when Aid saw her face, his heart trembled. Love was beside him when she entered. "Shalom," Aid said calmly, "what brings you here?" Her voice broke. "I came not to ask for anything, but to say sorry. I was blind, Aid. I let pride destroy me." Aid looked at her for a long time. Then he said, "The rain that once fell on me has now fallen on you. But remember, rain does not fall forever. When the sun rises, dry your tears and start again." Love, full of compassion, added gently, "We have all made mistakes, but God gives every heart a new beginning." Shalom knelt down, tears soaking the floor. "Thank you," she said. "Thank you both." As she left, Aid looked up to the sky again. The rain had stopped and a rainbow stretched across the horizon like a bridge between past and present. He smiled and whispered, "Indeed, when God writes your story, even your tears become ink for your blessings." And that day, the people of Adagok began telling a new saying. "Do not curse the rain that falls on you, for it may be watering your tomorrow." So grab your popcorn, sit back, and get ready for part 12 of one of the most powerful stories you've ever heard. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, turn on the notification bell to support more inspiring stories like this one, and click on the link below this video to watch the full story.